This is Mac from jlptbootcamp.com here with another N5 grammar lesson. Today we're going to talk about how to express what you want to do, as well as objects that you want, some noun that you want, and talking about how to invite people to something, as well as suggest an activity to somebody. So to set up the situation, your friend that you're staying with here in Japan for a while, your friend is about to go grocery shopping. And he asks you, "Nani o tabetai no?" So nani o, nani is what, o is the object marking particle, tabetai is want to eat, and no is a casual way to mark a question. Of course, if you want to ask this politely, you would ask desu ka, the ka particle. That's a polite way to ask questions, but between friends, you would normally hear this no. And of course, you respond, "Pizza o tabetai." I want to eat pizza. And so you're using this Thai structure, and this is used to talk about what you want to do. Not what other people want to do, but what do you want to do? And that's very clear. Some people use this to talk about other people. It's technically incorrect, but I mean, in casual conversation and things, it's used sometimes. And people will understand what you're trying to say. But there is technically a different structure that you use that you will learn later, actually at the N4 level, to talk about what other people seem to want to do. Whereas Thai is what you want to do. And how you structure this is you take the ma stem plus Thai. And if you're not familiar with the ma stem is you change the dictionary form. For example, for to drink, that's nomu. You change that into the mas form, the polite mas form that you're probably really familiar with. That would be nomi mas. You change the mu into the i, so nomi mas, and you take off the mas of that verb, and you have the mas stem, which is nomi for nomu, and you add that to tai. So you have nomitai is I want to drink. And this example sentence here, biru o nomitai desu. I want to drink beer. That desu at the end makes it polite. That's something that you would use with older people, or maybe someone you've just met. You might use this polite form. This is what you'll see on the N5 test. Everyone speaks politely on the N5 test. No one speaks casually. Now, continuing with the conversation, your friend is about to go grocery shopping. Again, this is talking between friends. This is casual. He asks, "Hoka ni nani ka hoshii?" So this is a little tricky. Hoka ni, this is actually something that's not officially on the N5 list of vocabulary, but it basically means other than that. So I'm going to get the pizza, and nani ka is something want. So do you want something other than that pizza? And you respond, "Kora ga hoshii." So kora is Coca-Cola, ga is the subject marking particle, hoshii is I want that particular noun, that object. So here's another way to talk about wanting something, wanting some kind of object. And this is noun plus ga hoshii desu. Now, this is technically polite here with the hoshii desu, but in real usage, just talking to natives, doing research for this particular episode of the N5 grammar lessons, I basically got the impression that this is used a lot with friends, ga hoshii. And if you want to be polite, you would use actually o kudasai if you're requesting some kind of object. It sounds a lot more polite. Whereas ga hoshii sounds a little bit more direct. It's not so common in polite speech, but you would use this between friends. Of course, you're going to see this on the test in polite form, so just be aware that it does actually exist in polite form, but you would use this a lot with your friends, talking about, "Oh, I want this," because it is very direct sounding, whereas "o kudasai" is please give me this. So kore o kudasai, please give me this. That doesn't make sense. Sore o kudasai, give me that object over there to me. O kudasai is the more polite way, and something that you would use with probably, I would say, is safer to use with strangers, older people, people that you're not very close with would be a safer, more polite way to speak. But you can use this structure. For example, here, Christmas ni kaban ga hoshii desu. So for Christmas ni, that's the first part, kaban, bag, ga, the subject marking particle again, hoshii desu. I want a bag for Christmas. And you'll notice here one little thing, the particle ga. Ga needs to be used with hoshii. So it might get confusing. You might get kind of tripped up because with kudasai you need o, the object marking particle. Technically, although sometimes, usually in real conversation, that's dropped, the o. But with hoshii you need ga. It's the same with ski and daisuki. If you want to talk about what you like, ski, or daisuki, what you really like or love, you would need to use the ga too. It behaves kind of the same way. So, moving on, your friend suggests doing something afterwards, after going to the grocery store. And he asks, sono ato de karaoke ni ikimashouka? So, sono ato, after that, at that time, de, karaoke ni is to karaoke, to, go sing karaoke. Ikimashouka, so let's go to karaoke. And you say, so shimashou. So let's do that. So is that, used as an adverb here. So let's do it like that is the very literal translation here. So, but of course, real translation is, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do that. And your friend is using the mashouka, suggesting doing something. Now, this has kind of the translation of let's go and do something. And with this kind of recommendation, when you're suggesting doing something, the person that's suggesting has a little bit more power in deciding what you're doing. So we're doing something together. It has more of a feeling of that. We're going to go over another structure here to invite. And so it's slightly different. You can almost use these interchangeably, but this has kind of a slightly closer feeling. You're closer to the person when you ask this kind of question. You're kind of inviting them to go join you to go do something. And it's a little bit more direct than this other structure that we're going to use here in a little bit. But let's go over one example sentence. Nihongo de hanashimashou ka. So let's speak Japanese. Nihongo is, of course, Japanese. De is, in this situation, in, and then hanasu is to speak, and then we change that to hanashimashou ka. Again, we're using the mas stem here plus mashouka to form that structure. Let's speak Japanese together, the both of us. Now, to finish it all off, you, of course, want to go to karaoke, and you want to invite your beautiful girlfriend with you to sing some songs with her. So you ask her, karaoke ni issho ni ikimasen And she responds, ii desu yo. So karaoke ni, again, to karaoke. Issho ni is together. Ikimasen ka is would you like to go? This masenka. And she responds, yes, that's A. A is a casual way to say yes. It sounds a little weird to English ears because we're used to saying A as like, what, huh? But this is a casual way, most common way to say yes in Japanese. She says, ii desu yo, which is a little polite. Usually women will speak a little bit more polite than men. Men usually speak very direct in Japanese. Women, even in a casual situation, even if you're kind of friends, you would speak a little bit more polite. And this is also kind of a set phrase, ii desu yo. That sounds great, let's go. And you're using this masenka, suggesting to do something. you're inviting someone to do some kind of activity. The most common translation of this is, would you like to would you like to go to the movies? Would you like to go drinking? Would you like to eat this food? You're inviting someone to do something. And there's a little bit of a separation here, a little bit more indirect than mashouka. They quite often, these two can be used kind of interchangeably, but they do have a slightly different connotation to them. Masenka is inviting someone, would you like to do this? Mashouka is, let's go and do this together. Both are polite. They're not too casual. You could use these with, someone that's older than you, someone that you should be respecting, people that you've just met. It's all okay. This is a polite structure. So let's look at this last example here. Mo ippon kohi o nomimasenka. So would you like to drink another can of coffee? That's the ippon here. If you wanted another cup of coffee, you'd say mo ippai kohi o nomimasenka. Do you want another cupful of coffee? Mo is another. Ippon is the counter for long cylindrical objects, meaning we're counting the can. Kohi is, of course, coffee, and o is the object marking particle. Nomimasenka is would you like to drink? So that's it for this lesson. Let's take a quick pop quiz to review everything. How would you say let's go skiing in Japanese? Let's go skiing. And again, this is kind of together. It's a closer way to invite someone to do something. You would say suki ni ikimashouka. So again, this is kind of casual. Mashouka, asking someone to ski. Let's go skiing. And it's implied that it's together. That's not in the Japanese, but it's kind of implied that we're going to go together to go skiing. Another one, I want to go for a walk in the park. And you don't need to translate I, because usually you don't say I in Japanese. It's usually left out if it's understood. So that in Japanese would be koen de arukitai. So here koen is park, de marks the place where an action occurs. It's the walking. And aruku is to walk. We change that into the mas stem, which is aruki. Add the tai, so arukitai des. Arukitai des. So koen de arukitai des. And next one, I want a big house. I want a big house. Oki ie ga hoshii desu. So oki is big, ie is a house, ga is the subject marking particle, and hoshii desu. Again, hoshii needs that ga particle. It's a little strange. Beware, it's not the o particle, it's not the object marking particle, it's the subject marking particle. And last one, would you like to see this movie? Would you like to see this movie? And that would be kono eiga o mimasenka. So kono, this, eiga is a movie, o is the object marking particle, mimasenka is would you like to see. Miru, of course, means to see. You change that into mimas. You take the mas off to get the mas stem, which is just mi, and add masenka, you get would you like to see. So that's it. We went over 4 things today, talking about wanting to do something. That's the mas stem plus tai. Talking about wanting something, an object. That's noun plus ga hoshii desu. And mashouka is suggesting doing something. This has a feeling of let's go and do something. And usually the speaker has more of a say in the decision of doing whatever the activity is. They're if it's let's go see a movie, they're talking about they have kind of equal weight in the decision of going and seeing that movie. Whereas mastem plus masenka. You're inviting someone to join. They can say yes, they can say no. That's kind of fine. You don't have as much control over their decision. And basically, you're inviting them to do something. It's a little more, it's not so direct. It's a little more indirect, a little bit more polite way of inviting someone to do something. Whereas mashouka can sound a little, not rude, but a little bit more direct than the masenka. So that's it. If you know someone that is doing the N5 exam test soon, I'm sure they would find this video helpful. Why don't you send them a link to this, help them out, and help out spread the word of these videos, and help me out as well. If you like these videos, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I send out videos every month, and you don't want to miss updates or any kind of changes that I make to some of the videos. Sometimes I like to reword some things or make some corrections and things like that. You won't miss those if you subscribe to the channel. So hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to talking to you again really soon. This has been a grammar explanation video from the JLPT Bootcamp premium site. Inside the site, you will find some extra goodies, for example, some cheat sheets for all of the videos. And those cheat sheets include a few things. For example, some common mistakes that people make, as well as some example test questions for the JLPT. If you're interested in taking the JLPT and you want that extra edge, something to kind of push you above and get the points that you need to pass, I encourage you to stop by the website at jlptbootcamp.com/premium. There you can find the cheat sheets as well as some extra practice with the grammar points that I've been talking about today. Hope to see you in the premium site very soon. This has been Mac from jlptbootcamp.com.